Well guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm at Moyer-Gould. Hopefully I don't chop that up. Moyer-Gould Woods Trail. I'm out here by myself today. The family are doing girl things today. They decided they wanted to go shopping, go to the zoo and do different things like that. And I'm going to spend the day doing things by myself. So let's go and take a hike together, and you guys come along with me and enjoy the scenery, enjoy some B-roll, and enjoy what this 1.9, almost 2 miles trail offers. So let's get going. Now if you look behind me, that path right there, it's literally a trail between trees, which I think is pretty cool. I'm going to turn you around and show you what I get to look at for about a quarter mile. Another path lined trail, which I thought was pretty cool. And I will show you the trail on a map. It's actually considered a lollipop style trail because you've got your starting point, which is basically a stick formation like a lollipop. Then it loops around and comes back and back out the same way. Now from what I've heard, the trees that line this trail are all walnut trees, and I've heard there's walnut trees out here. Let me get you on the other side. So this is all walnut trees, and then when we get into the actual trail system that makes the loop, I believe I heard is primarily oak trees, and there are some really big giant oaks that kind of look like trees you would see in Halloween type movie or a I don't know, scary type of movie. So when we locate those, I will be sure to get that on film so you can see exactly what the internet told me and some of the videos I watched on YouTube. So let's keep going. Well, guess what? We found a giant oak, and this thing is exactly as described. Check this thing out. This thing is massive. We got these little cutouts here so you can walk in certain areas. Look at this thing. Look at that trunk. I'm going to put you down and I'm going to stand next to it, so check this out. Get kind of a reference here. I don't know if you can really see much of a size difference, but there's no way I could hug this thing. This is probably the biggest oak I've ever seen. Onward. I believe we might be coming up on the trailhead for the loop. And as you can see, it's a little muddy. It's been raining a lot. We've actually had a pretty stormy, wet Excuse you. Walnut just fell. Anyway, we've had a pretty wet, stormy summer thus far. And here it is. It splits off to the left, which goes down first, and then come out on the right, and it comes uphill. So, for those of you who don't know much about trails, or you're new to it and you're considering maybe even coming here and doing this, if there's a downhill, usually there's an uphill. I've heard the uphill here isn't that bad, given that this is only not quite 2 miles. I think it was 1.99, 1.9. There's conflicting reports. So I'm not going to check. I'm just going to walk it. So let's get going. And I think we're going to take the path on the right and come out the left, because the left is right in line where I'm standing, which is where we came in. So it's basically a straight shot. So let's take the path on the right and let's get going. But let's look at the sign first. So I don't know what all. They've got these flowers called a shooting star. There's whippoorwill, fire pink, red-headed woodpeckers, which you can hear in the background maybe. Wild turkeys, they say. Box turtles. Yeah. So let's get going. You can see all the downed trees, probably mostly due to age, but some of these I'm sure have come down in the recent storms we've had. So let's check out this trail. Now this is my first time being here, and I like to hike. I don't usually film a hike, but being that 90% of our channel is outdoors or outdoors related, I figured I might as well start throwing in some hikes here. Let me show you how narrow this trail is. It's pretty narrow. It's about 18 inches wide. Here, look. So I'm just gonna watch my P's and Q's and try not to touch anything. I'm very highly allergic to poison ivy and such, and become hospitalized, so we don't want that. So enjoy the trail. I'm going to shut up for now. Can anybody tell me what growth is on this down tree besides fungus? That's the obvious. Leave a comment down in the comment section if you know what this is. I know you've heard it before. People in movies yelling, "I'm on top of the world." But check this out. I don't know if me being in the picture shows you that valley, but let me turn it. It's just a huge valley. In reference to where I'm standing, right here, it's all down. I feel like I'm on top of the world in here. And it's beautiful. It's quiet. It's only a little after 8 in the morning, so I have the trail to myself. Now, this trail's actually not too bad. I'm glad I took the route I took. I'm not sure if it's superstition or not, but I like taking what looks easy first, which was the right path, because it's been mostly flat. We're starting to head downhill a little bit, so this is not too bad. I've seen Sloan's Adventures. I can't remember the name of their channel, but I'll drop that somewhere down in the description. It's a check that out. The Sloans, it's a father-son. And go and do all these trails, not just in Indiana, but they did this one, and they did it in the fall time, and it was beautiful. And it's a night and day difference. I watched Hoosier Hikes do it this time of year. I don't know what month his was, but it was green, and his was just after COVID. I mean, look at this, another valley. Look down there. Some fallen trees, all these trees. That one there, when I was watching the Sloans, had just fallen down, but that one now has been down for a while. I think the Sloans video was probably about the same time Hoosier Hikes was, just earlier in the year. So there isn't much I know about this place other than it was family owned, and the niches, I think it's niches, they took it over, and now it's basically a preserve, and volunteers have come in and out. And if you go to YouTube and type in Moyer-Gould, however you say it, if you go in and type that in, the earliest videos I could see for this place was 7 years ago, and that's by local news stations in the area. And all it talks about is volunteers coming in here and clearing the land and preserving what used to be here, which is why there's that lined path on the way in of the walnut trees. That was like their driveway. They were planted by the original owners of this place, which I think is pretty cool. So enough rambling for now. I'm just gonna enjoy this walk and get you a little bit more footage. So hope you're enjoying this so far, and yeah, let you see what I see. I think on the sign back there it said they got some maple that they're either trying to grow or that is growing, and back there is a tiny little maple tree trying to grow. Pretty cool. Pretty sure you can see it, but right there is a little stream. It kind of curves up and around and comes from up in that area. That's pretty cool. But what I want to show you was we're getting closer to the tippy. That's what that color is right there. And what I didn't know about this trail is even though it's kind of small, they have a lot of switchbacks in here, which makes it kind of easier on the knees if you have bad knees, because you get to slow down, turn a little bit. But I'm in the descent right now, and this is a heck of a descent, so I can only imagine the climb back up. However, it's still fun. I'm enjoying myself and really enjoying being out in nature and wiping off cobwebs every 2 minutes. So anyway, I'll bring you back when this is getting steep. Bring you back when I get down to the river so you guys can check that out, and we'll check out some scenery down there, and we'll get some footage for the hike up. So stay tuned. I cannot believe I am out here. This is beautiful, gorgeous, just what God has created for us. I'll give you a kind of a panoramic. We're down at the bottom. You can hear the river behind me maybe. As you can see the elevation changes. It goes way up over there. Way up to up there where you can see the sun coming through. And back there's where I came from. So this is pretty cool. And there's the river. We haven't met the part of the trail that's next to it, but maybe in the distance you can see where there's houses over there. So we'll see that in just a minute. But for now, let's just keep walking and taking in what I'm seeing around me. This place is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I mean, look at this. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but the sun has come down. You can see a sun ray coming through. That is so cool. So, yeah, this place is amazing. Let's try an aerial view. Does this make me look less fat? Well, now you can see my belly and it's jiggling. Anyway, we are at the river's edge here, and it's actually a small creek flowing through. So let me get that for you. This is actually pretty cool. And there's some mud. So small little creek flowing through. To a much bigger picture of the river. So check this out. How beautiful. Look how patriotic that house is. That's pretty cool. So let's come on over to these rocks and not slip and fall. How beautiful. I'm telling you, it doesn't get much beautiful than this. This place has got a lot to offer. But if we're going to finish the trail, we got to get going. So let's go. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of geocaching, but this is different. I've never seen this before. It says this is a log. I'm not sure exactly what this box is for, but there's stuff strewn about. Get the lid on here. Not exactly sure if that was meant to be there, but there it is, along the trail. Now when I came in here, it didn't show another split. However, this one looks a little more well traveled than that one. I went down there and went to that little small creek's edge, and then it goes off that way, but there it's really brushy, so I think it's safe to assume we are now on our uphill descent, or sorry, ascent. We already descented, so I'm going to do this, stop probably about midway, and let you guys hear me catch my breath, and check out that little path. You reckon that's like a game trail, maybe? I don't know, but there's that another little creek right there, and some loud noises off in the distance. Not sure what that is, but anyhow, I digress, and we are onward and upward. Well, as I stand here and catch my breath, the hill wasn't so bad. Kind of almost straight up. It was real short. It was probably maybe 1/8 of a mile, if that, but look what I see. Right there is where we came in at. So let's continue catching our breath, and let's make it to the beginning of this trailhead. Whew. Yeah, because right here's where we split off. Sorry, the sun's glaring, but here's where we came in, and that's where we started the trail. So we made it, and now we leave. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little hiking adventure, and I'm gonna get back to the car and catch my breath, get a drink, and then we'll send you out. So see you when we get there. So we're not quite at the car yet, but we're passing Big Oak on our way out. And as you can see, my face is a little flushed. That was not a tough trail, just not something I expected. So all in all, I didn't see any turkeys. I heard the woodpeckers. I didn't see those pink flowers they referred to on the sign. Didn't really see anything crazy cool other than the scenery itself was pretty awesome. And the river was really cool. Seeing the patriotic house was pretty neat. Now we're hiking back out, which is sad because it was fun. It was nice. I'll definitely bring in the girls back here because if we take our time, which I did it in under an hour. It says it takes an hour, but I kind of hustled through. I wanted to get through and see how bad it really could be. So, hence the heavy breathing and sweating profusely. I like to say it's glistening, but that's not true. I don't glisten. I don't sparkle. I sweat like a man. Anyway, check this out. This is what I'm seeing on the way out. The walnut lined what used to be a driveway. I didn't see remnants of a homestead or a farm, although I did see some fence posts, and I did show what would be in the B-roll footage. A cast iron, I'm assuming, maybe steel, probably steel. Yeah, steel. Railroad tie, or the rail itself, I should say. Saw those in several spots, and some of them actually had writing on them, so they're like markers, I guess. But I presume those are probably added by the niches, the property preservers. So, yeah. Didn't see remnants of farm. Saw some rusted metal, but it looked like maybe it was a horse trough or something like that. It wasn't like a water trough or something. Just the one thing. I didn't find it interesting enough to film, to show you that there was a homestead or a farm or something out here. So if you do your own research, it's Moyer-Gould, not sure. So let me catch you back at the car. It's literally in sight. You can see the gate up there. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. Well, we made it. There's the gate. There's my car. Not a moment too soon because my battery has 16% left. So, if I didn't mention it before, excuse the truck. Moyer-Gould Woods Trail is in Delphi, Indiana, which isn't too awful far from me. But here, let me give you another look of the drive to get in here. Right there, the little opening right there, the road. So, if I didn't mention it before, yeah, like I said, it's in Delphi, Indiana, which isn't too far from me. And let me prop you up here on the hood of the car. Make sure we're not all crooked and stuff. Probably not editing that out. So I wore the perfect shirt because I'm not sweating through my face. On the other hand, very sweaty. And speaking of, grab a drink. It's not water, but there's water in it. I told you I'm a coffee junkie, so I got some cold coffee in here. So after that trail, which wasn't hard, wasn't difficult, I did it, like I said, and I think I got here about 8:20. I'm back at the car, so not counting the actual loop, it took me probably 50 minutes, and it's a good trail. If you're a person who has bad knees and can't handle something like that, I highly recommend it. Since I'm in Indiana, I plan to do more hikes, getting them on film for you guys to enjoy along with me, maybe my daughters, maybe the whole family, I'm not sure yet. But this is beautiful country out here. I mean, I am in the middle of nowhere walking a trail that's used to be a homestead of some sort, or farm or something, but there's more trails in Delphi. If you watch Sloan's Adventures, like I said, I'll put the exact name down below, maybe a link to their page. If you go to them and Hoosier Hikes, both, I'll have a link to both of their channels. Sorry, I'm going at this blind. Both of those two, Hoosier Hikes, Sloan's, they do trails all over the place, but they do a lot in Indiana. Sorry about that, battery died. I was saying that Sloan's and Hoosier Hikes, I believe, are both from Indiana, and so they do a lot of Indiana hikes, and this is one of the ones that both of them did. They also did the Wabash Heritage Trail, which is Lafayette, Indiana, West Lafayette, Indiana, and Battleground. It goes from Battleground, and I believe it's 14 miles total from Battleground all the way through Lafayette, West Lafayette, into Fort Weotnon, which is where Feast of the Hunter's Moon is held every year. And up until the pedestrian bridge in Lafayette, West Lafayette, that's 10 miles, and then the other 4 miles is a little more rugged. And I believe there was a bridge at some point that collapsed, so I'm not sure if you can get around. And you definitely don't want to go after a heavy rain because it'll flood the area where you need to cross. So that one I will be doing, but probably more like in the fall time. And then in Delphi, there's the Wabash Erie Canal trail system that I also want to take you guys on, so not far from where we actually are now. And plan to do a lot of these upcoming hikes because I enjoy hiking myself, so I'm gonna bring you guys along for the journey and the ride and incorporate more into our channel. So if you like this, please give it a like, subscribe. I'll flash that somewhere along here, maybe across my face, I'm not sure. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, all of your social media outlets. I'm being pressured into starting Facebook, maybe an Instagram, I'm not sure. But I'll probably be doing one of those, so I'll be able to share this type of stuff on there and have more available for you guys to go to and things to see and things of that nature. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, thumbs up. It really means a lot to us. Share it with everybody, subscribe, comment below, tell us what you thought about this, what you liked, didn't like. And until next time we see each other, get out there.